The room is quiet as the night settles. Nothing asks for your attention. Nothing needs to be followed. In front of you, a wide window fills the wall, stretching calmly from one side to the other. It feels open, yet protective. Beyond the glass, rain falls steadily. Not fast. Not slow. Just enough to be present. The drops touch the window softly, spreading across the surface before sliding downward. Some lines are thin. Some are slightly heavier. They move at their own pace, never rushing, never stopping. A few drops meet briefly, then separate again, each continuing on its own quiet path. The window feels like a gentle boundary between you and the rest of the night. It allows the outside world to exist without pressing in. Inside the room, everything remains still. The air feels calm, unmoving. Nothing from outside needs to enter. The rain stays where it is, beyond the glass, continuing without effort. You do not need to watch it closely. You do not need to listen for patterns. It continues whether you notice it or not. The wide window holds the night at a comfortable distance. There is space. There is separation. Your body recognizes this boundary. Your shoulders rest naturally, as if they have been supported for a long time. Your arms feel heavy in a comfortable way, resting without direction. There is no need to adjust your position. No need to shift or correct. You are already where you need to be. The rain creates a soft rhythm, steady and unchanging. It does not signal anything. It does not announce an ending or a beginning. It simply falls. Each sound blends gently into the next, forming a background that does not demand attention. The room holds its quiet carefully. The walls remain still, absorbing sound rather than reflecting it. The floor feels solid beneath you, unchanging and reliable. Nothing shifts. Nothing interrupts. Your breathing continues on its own. In and out. There is no need to guide it. No need to deepen it or slow it. It finds its own pace. The sound of rain slowly becomes part of the room itself, no longer separate from the quiet inside. The wide window reflects faint shapes and shadows, soft and undefined. Lights from far away appear briefly, then blur and fade. Edges are not sharp here. Everything feels slightly softened, as if the night itself has decided to slow down. You do not need to think about the day behind you. It does not follow you into this space. You do not need to consider what comes next. This moment does not require planning. It does not ask for decisions. The rain continues evenly, drop after drop. Each one exists briefly, then disappears without trace. There is no urgency in its movement. No insistence. The room remains unchanged. The space feels balanced, as if it has been quietly prepared for this exact moment. Your awareness begins to settle, not drifting away, not holding on. Just resting gently where it is. The wide window stays in place, holding the night safely beyond the glass. The rain remains outside. The quiet remains inside. And everything feels calm enough to continue just as it is. The wide window remains quietly in front of you. Nothing has changed since the last moment. Nothing needs to. Rain continues to fall beyond the glass, steady and patient. The sound does not grow louder. It does not fade away. It stays consistent, as if it has found the exact rhythm it wants to keep. Inside the room, the quiet feels settled now. Not empty. Not tense. Simply calm. The space around you feels complete, as though everything unnecessary has gently stepped aside. The air rests easily against your skin. Neither cool nor warm. Just comfortable enough to stop noticing. Your body responds to this without instruction. Your shoulders remain low. Your arms feel supported wherever they rest. There is no sense of holding yourself up. No effort involved. The floor beneath you feels solid and dependable, unchanging from moment to moment. Nothing shifts under your weight. Nothing surprises you. This steadiness allows your attention to soften further. You do not need to check your surroundings. You already know they are safe. The rain traces slow paths down the window. Some drops slide all the way down. Others pause, then continue when they are ready. There is no hurry in their movement. No destination to reach. The window continues to act as a quiet boundary, letting the night exist, without entering the room. You may notice how that separation feels reassuring. The outside world remains outside. Contained. Distant. Inside, everything feels held. The walls do not reflect sound. They absorb it gently, as if they are designed for silence. Even your own breathing feels quieter now, less noticeable. In and out. It happens on its own. There is no need to adjust it. No need to slow it down deliberately. Your body already knows what pace feels right. Thoughts may still appear from time to time, but they feel softer now. Less urgent. If one drifts into your awareness, you do not need to follow it. You do not need to push it away either. It can simply pass, like a shape moving through fog. The fog closes again on its own. The rain continues evenly. Drop after drop, each sound blending smoothly into the next. There are no sharp edges to the sound. Nothing that stands out. It becomes part of the background, like the quiet hum of the room itself. Time feels less structured here. Minutes do not feel separate from one another. They settle gently, stacking without pressure. There is no sense of progress to track. No reason to measure anything. You are not waiting for something to happen. This moment is enough as it is. The window reflects faint shapes from inside the room, soft and blurred. Nothing clear. Nothing defined. The reflection does not hold your attention for long. Your awareness drifts back to the feeling of being supported. Your body feels heavier now, but in a comfortable way. Not weighed down. Just settled. As if gravity has become a little kinder. Your hands rest without tension. Your fingers remain loose. Your jaw stays soft. Your face holds no expression. There is nothing to maintain. The rain does not signal a change. It does not suggest an ending. It simply continues, steady and predictable. That predictability feels comforting. There are no sudden sounds to prepare for. No interruptions expected. The room feels like it has been quietly waiting, ready to hold this stillness. Your awareness begins to settle, not drifting away, not holding on. Just resting gently where it is. The wide window stays in place, holding the night safely beyond the glass. The rain remains outside. The quiet remains inside. And everything feels calm enough to continue just as it is. The room feels steady now, as if it has fully accepted the quiet. Nothing feels new. Nothing feels unfamiliar. The wide window remains in front of you, calm and unmoving, holding the night beyond the glass. Rain continues to fall at the same gentle pace. It does not speed up. It does not slow down. It seems content to stay exactly as it is. Each drop arrives softly, touches the window, then slides downward without effort. Some drops travel straight. Others curve slightly, changing direction as they move. None of them appear to be in a hurry. The window feels like a calm frame, holding the movement of the rain, so it can exist without spreading into the room. Inside, the air feels settled. There is no sense of motion. No draft. No shift in temperature. The space feels held, as if it has already adjusted to your presence. Your body recognizes this stability. It no longer searches for comfort. It no longer makes small corrections. Your shoulders remain relaxed, resting naturally in place. Your arms feel supported, heavy in a comfortable, effortless way. There is nothing to hold up, nothing to brace against. The floor beneath you feels solid and reliable. It does not respond to movement, because there is no movement to respond to. This stillness feels intentional, as if the room was designed for moments like this. The rain outside continues its quiet rhythm. Drop. Slide. Disappear. Each sound blends into the next, creating a soft layer of background noise that does not require attention. You do not need to listen closely. The sound remains whether you notice it or not. The window gently separates the room from everything beyond it. The night stays outside, contained and distant. Inside, the space feels calm and protected. Nothing from outside presses in. Nothing asks to be acknowledged. The wide window reflects faint shapes from within the room. They are soft, slightly blurred, without clear edges. Nothing sharp appears. Nothing pulls focus. Your awareness remains comfortably within the room. Time feels less structured now. Moments do not stand out individually. They arrive quietly, then blend into one another, without needing to be counted. There is no sense of waiting. No anticipation. No expectation that something should happen next. The rain continues evenly, without signaling change. It does not mark the passage of time. It simply exists alongside it. Your breathing remains natural and unforced. In and out. You do not need to guide it. Your body has already found a pace that feels appropriate for this space. Any remaining thoughts feel distant now. They do not arrive with urgency. If one passes through your awareness, it does so lightly, leaving no trace behind. You do not follow it. You do not need to return to it. Your attention settles back into the room. The walls remain still, absorbing sound rather than reflecting it. They do not echo. They do not respond. They simply remain present. The room feels balanced, as if every element has found its place. The window. The rain. The quiet air. None of them dominate. None of them fade away. They exist together, without conflict or tension. Your body responds by settling further. Not sinking, not drifting, just resting more completely. Your hands remain loose, fingers relaxed and still. Your jaw stays soft. Your face holds no expression. There is nothing to maintain. Nothing to prepare for. The rain continues its steady pattern. Each drop appears briefly, then disappears without urgency. Nothing lingers. Nothing rushes. The sound remains consistent, predictable in a comforting way. You may notice how safe this predictability feels. There are no sudden changes to anticipate. No sharp sounds. No unexpected movement. The room continues to hold its shape. The window continues to hold the night. And the quiet settles naturally, as if it has always belonged here. The room continues to hold its quiet. Nothing has shifted since you last noticed it. Nothing has moved out of place. The wide window remains steady, framing the night without effort. Beyond the glass, rain continues to fall in the same gentle rhythm. Not louder. Not softer. Just present. Each drop meets the surface of the window, and slows, as if time stretches slightly at the moment of contact. Some drops linger for a breath, others begin to move almost immediately. Thin lines form, then drift downward, leaving faint trails that fade as new drops appear. There is no pattern that needs to be followed. No repetition that asks for attention. The rain does not perform. It does not vary to keep you engaged. It simply continues, steady and unconcerned. Inside the room, the air feels settled. Still. There is no sense of movement here. No current to follow. The quiet does not feel empty. It feels complete. The space seems to have found its balance, and chosen to remain there. Your body responds naturally to this steadiness. Your shoulders remain loose, supported without thought. Your arms rest where they are, heavy in a comfortable way. There is no signal to adjust. No cue to reposition. You are already aligned with the space around you. The wide window keeps the outside world at a distance. Close enough to be felt. Far enough to remain harmless. The rain belongs to the night beyond the glass. The room belongs to you. The boundary between the two remains clear and calm. Nothing crosses it. The sound of rain blends smoothly into the quiet, no longer separate, no longer distinct. It becomes part of the room's texture, like the stillness of the walls, or the steady presence of the floor beneath you. Time does not press forward here. Moments do not stack or rush. They arrive, pause briefly, and then dissolve. There is no need to mark them. No need to remember what came before, or anticipate what comes next. The wide window reflects faint, softened shapes. Light from somewhere far away appears briefly, then blurs and fades. Edges lose their sharpness. Everything feels gently unfocused, as if clarity itself has slowed down. Your awareness follows this softening, without effort. There is nothing to concentrate on, nothing to solve. Thoughts do not need to be pushed away. They simply have less reason to appear. If one does arrive, it passes quietly, without pulling you along. The room does not respond to it. The rain does not change. Everything continues evenly. Your breathing moves at its own pace. In and out. There is no instruction attached to it. No expectation. Each breath completes itself, without guidance. The sound of rain remains steady, neither foreground nor background. It exists, and that is enough. The room feels stable, as if it has always existed in this state. As if it has been waiting, not for you specifically, but for stillness itself. Nothing in the space asks you to be alert. Nothing asks you to drift away. You remain gently present, supported by the quiet around you. The wide window continues to hold the night. The rain continues to fall. The separation remains clear. Inside is calm. Outside is distant. And the balance between them does not change. Everything stays exactly where it is, allowing you to remain just as you are. The room continues to feel steady around you. Nothing in the space asks you to move. Nothing asks you to respond. Your body remains exactly where it is, supported without effort. You may begin to notice the gentle weight of your body. Not heavy. Not light. Simply present. Your shoulders rest naturally, as if they have slowly settled into place. There is no tension pulling them upward. No effort holding them there. They rest because there is nothing else they need to do. Your arms follow that same quiet logic. They remain where they are, supported by the surface beneath them, or by the air itself. Your hands feel loose. Fingers are not curled with purpose. They are not reaching. They simply rest. There is no signal telling them to change. Your chest rises and falls quietly. Not deeper. Not slower. Just enough. Each breath completes itself, without instruction. Air enters, air leaves. There is no pause you need to hold, no rhythm you need to follow. Your body already knows how to breathe, without your attention. The sound of rain outside the window continues in the background. It does not synchronize with your breath. It does not interrupt it. They exist together, without influence. You may notice the gentle movement in your chest or abdomen as each breath passes through. Nothing exaggerated. Nothing forced. Just a subtle motion, barely asking to be noticed. Your neck feels supported. There is no need to hold your head in position. No effort keeping it aligned. It rests naturally, balanced by the space around it. Your jaw remains soft. There is no clenching. No need to release anything. Your face holds no expression that needs to be maintained. Muscles around your eyes feel quiet, unfocused. They do not need to look at anything. They do not need to follow the darkness. They simply remain at rest. Your breathing continues, steady and unremarkable. In and out. No pause. No direction. Your body does not hurry through it. It does not slow itself deliberately. It moves at its own pace. The sensation of your body against the surface beneath you becomes more familiar. Contact points feel stable. Nothing shifts. Nothing presses. The support remains constant. Your legs feel grounded. There is no energy held in them. No readiness. They are simply there, connected to the stillness of the room. Your feet rest without direction, without intention. They are not preparing to move. They are not waiting. They have arrived. Your awareness may begin to settle, closer to these physical sensations. Not narrowing. Not focusing. Just gently noticing. There is no need to name anything. No need to identify where one sensation ends, and another begins. They blend together naturally. Breath. Weight. Support. They coexist without separation. The room does not react to this. The rain does not change. Everything remains consistent. Your body continues to respond, by doing less. Not because it is instructed, but because nothing requires effort. Each breath passes through, without drawing attention. Each moment completes itself. There is no signal marking progress. No indication that anything needs to happen next. The quiet remains stable. Your body remains supported. And this gentle awareness continues to rest naturally, without needing to go anywhere else. Your body continues to rest exactly where it is. There is no change in position. No need to correct anything. The surface beneath you feels steady, unchanging, reliable. It supports your weight without effort. You are not holding yourself up. You are being held. Your breathing continues naturally. In and out. Each breath arrives quietly, then leaves just as gently. There is no pause to manage. No rhythm to control. Your body already knows how to breathe in this space. As you breathe in, the air feels cool and clean. As you breathe out, your body releases what it no longer needs. Nothing dramatic. Nothing forced. Just a soft exchange. Your chest rises slightly, then settles back down. Your stomach moves gently, without tension. There is no need to deepen the breath. No need to slow it. It finds its own comfortable pace. Your shoulders remain relaxed. They do not lift. They do not tighten. They simply stay where they are, supported by the calm of the room. Your arms feel heavy in a pleasant way. Not numb. Not weak. Just deeply at rest. Your hands rest wherever they are, fingers loose, unclenched. There is no energy held in them now. Your neck feels supported. The muscles along the sides soften, allowing your head to rest easily. Your jaw remains loose. Your teeth are not pressed together. Your tongue rests naturally. Your face holds no expression. There is nothing to present. Nothing to maintain. Your eyes remain still. If they are closed, they stay closed without effort. If they are open, they feel calm and unfocused. There is no need to look at anything. Your body continues to settle, layer by layer. Your back feels wide and supported. The muscles along your spine soften, one after another, without instruction. Your lower back releases gently. Your hips feel heavy, grounded, stable. Your legs rest fully. Thighs supported. Knees relaxed. Calves loose. Your feet feel warm and still. They do not press. They do not shift. They simply remain. Your breathing continues. In and out. Each breath feels slightly quieter than the one before. Not because it fades, but because your awareness no longer needs to follow it closely. The space between breaths feels open. Nothing fills it. Nothing interrupts it. Your body recognizes this space as safe. There is no urgency here. No expectation. Your heartbeat remains steady. Not loud. Not demanding. Just present. It does not need attention. It works quietly in the background, supporting you without asking anything in return. The room remains unchanged. The air does not move suddenly. No sounds intrude. The quiet supports your body, as much as the surface beneath you does. Your awareness rests gently within your body. Not scanning. Not checking. Simply noticing that everything is already settled. If a thought appears, it does not attach itself. It drifts through, then dissolves on its own. You do not need to follow it. Your attention returns naturally, to the feeling of being supported. Your body continues to breathe. In and out. The rhythm remains even. Nothing accelerates. Nothing slows intentionally. Your body finds the exact pace it needs. Your muscles no longer prepare for movement. There is nothing to respond to. Nothing to anticipate. The night holds this moment gently. Your body responds by settling deeper. Not sinking away, but settling into comfort. The sense of weight feels complete. There is no tension left to release. Only stillness remains. Your breathing continues quietly. In and out. And your body rests, fully supported, exactly as it is. Nothing needs to be understood now. There is no meaning to follow. No idea to hold. The room remains quiet, unchanging. The night continues outside, but it no longer matters where it is. Inside, everything feels evenly balanced. Your body no longer checks itself. It no longer scans for signals. There is nothing to respond to. Your breathing continues, but it feels distant, almost automatic. In and out. The movement is subtle, barely noticeable. Your awareness does not rest on the breath. It does not rest on the body. It simply stays, without direction. The room does not ask you to notice it. The night does not ask you to listen. Everything exists without invitation. There is no need to picture anything. No need to imagine. If an image appears, it fades before forming clearly. If a thought begins, it dissolves before completing itself. Nothing stays long enough to become important. The sense of time feels unclear. Moments do not line up. They do not move forward. They simply exist, one after another, without separation. Your body remains supported. That fact no longer needs attention. Muscles stay relaxed, not because you are relaxing them, but because there is no reason to hold. Your face remains soft. Your jaw remains loose. There is no expression to maintain. Your eyes rest quietly. Whether open or closed, they do not seek anything. The space behind your eyes feels calm. Empty in a comfortable way. Not blank. Not sharp. Just open. There is no center of focus now. Awareness feels wide, but indistinct. Like a gentle fog, without edges. The room continues to hold stillness. But you no longer need to know that it does. The night continues. But you are not aware of where it begins or ends. Sound blends into silence. Silence blends into space. There is no difference that matters. Your breathing continues quietly. It does not mark time. In and out. The pause between breaths feels natural, but you are not counting it. There is no sense of waiting. No sense of moving. Everything feels suspended, yet stable. Thoughts no longer complete themselves. They appear as fragments, then fade. Half ideas. Unfinished shapes. Nothing forms long enough to require attention. Your body remains still. Not rigid. Not heavy. Just settled. The feeling of weight feels complete, as if nothing could be added or removed. There is no curiosity now. No interest. Not boredom. Not distraction. Just neutrality. The mind does not reach forward. It does not return backward. It stays exactly where it is, without effort. Awareness feels quieter than before. Not smaller. Not narrower. Just softer. Edges blur. Details fade. Nothing sharp remains. The room feels distant, but not gone. The body feels distant, but still present. Everything exists, without needing to be named. There is no inner voice guiding you. No instruction. Even this moment does not require noticing. Breathing continues. Heart continues. They function on their own. You do not follow them. The sense of you feels less defined. Not disappearing. Not changing. Just less important. The mind does not comment. It does not describe. It rests. There is no effort in resting. Rest happens by itself. The quiet does not deepen. It does not shift. It simply remains. There is no transition to observe. No signal. Nothing announces what comes next. The space feels continuous. Unbroken. Your awareness drifts without direction, but it does not move. There is no destination. No need for one. The room, the night, the body, the breath. They exist together, without hierarchy. Nothing stands out. Nothing fades. Everything remains equal. The mind does not search. It does not solve. It stays still, like a surface with no ripples. If a thought touches it, it passes through. No resistance. No trace. Breathing continues quietly. In and out. Even that feels optional. Awareness no longer attaches itself to any sensation. There is nothing to follow. Nothing to let go of. Nothing to remember. The space feels complete. Whole. Undisturbed. And it continues, without change, without direction, without need. The room no longer feels like a place you are observing. It feels like something you are inside of. Not separate. Not distant. Just quietly surrounding you. The wide window remains where it has always been, holding the night beyond the glass. The rain continues to fall. It has not changed its pace. It has not changed its sound. It simply remains. Each drop arrives, rests for a moment, then slips away. Nothing about it asks to be followed. Nothing about it asks to be remembered. Inside the room, the air feels settled. Still. Balanced. As if everything has already found the position it needs to stay in. Your body feels heavier now, but not in a way that pulls you downward. It feels supported. As if the space beneath you is doing all the work. Your arms rest where they are. There is no awareness of their weight. No awareness of effort. They simply exist. Your hands remain warm. Fingers relaxed. Not holding anything. Your legs feel quiet. Not tense. Not loose. Just present. And still. There is no signal telling your body what should happen next. No instruction. No expectation. Your breathing continues on its own. In and out. Each breath feels smaller than before. Not shallow. Just gentle. As if your body needs less movement now. The rain outside becomes less distinct. Not because it has faded, but because your awareness has softened. Sounds blend together. The room does not separate them. Everything feels evenly spaced, evenly balanced. The window reflects faint shapes. They are not clear enough to identify. They do not stay long enough to form meaning. Light shifts slightly, then settles again. Nothing sharp appears. Nothing interrupts. The room does not change. The night does not change. Your body does not change. And there is comfort in that. The idea of time feels distant now. Not slow. Not fast. Just irrelevant. There is no sense of waiting. No sense of moving forward. Moments arrive, rest briefly, then dissolve without leaving a trace. Your awareness no longer follows them. It does not try to hold on. It does not drift away. It simply rests. The boundary between the room and your body feels softer now. Less defined. As if the space itself is carrying part of your awareness for you. Your shoulders remain low. Your jaw remains soft. There is no expression to maintain. No position to correct. The rain continues to exist, without any role to play. It does not guide you. It does not comfort you. It simply falls. And that is enough. Nothing changes now. The room remains exactly as it is. The wide window stays quiet. The rain continues beyond the glass. Steady. Unremarkable. Unchanging. Inside, nothing responds to it. The space does not shift. The air does not move. Everything simply remains. You are not arriving anywhere. You are not leaving anything behind. There is no transition. No signal. Just this continued stillness. The rain outside does not grow louder. It does not fade away. It keeps the same gentle presence, without asking to be noticed. Inside the room, the quiet does not deepen. It does not thin. It stays consistent. Nothing requires attention. Nothing offers direction. Your awareness does not need to rest on anything. It does not need to move. It can remain where it is, without effort. The space feels neutral, balanced, undisturbed. Time does not progress here. It does not pause either. It simply does not matter. Moments pass without being counted, without being marked. There is no beginning to notice, no ending to approach. The rain continues outside the window, unchanged, unconcerned. Inside, the room holds nothing extra. No meaning is added. No meaning is removed. Everything is already complete. There is no focus. No drifting. Only the continuation of what already exists. The air remains still. The space remains quiet. Nothing moves forward. Nothing pulls back. Your presence does not need definition. It does not need to be placed anywhere. The room does not acknowledge it. The night does not react. Everything remains neutral. The rain does not form patterns to follow. It does not invite thought. It simply exists, then continues to exist. Inside, nothing mirrors it. Nothing contrasts it. The room stays unchanged. Awareness becomes diffuse, without direction, without center. There is no edge to notice. No point to hold. Nothing begins. Nothing concludes. The same quiet continues, without variation. Time loses its structure. Not slowly. Not gradually. It simply does not apply. The rain remains outside. The stillness remains inside. They do not interact. They do not influence one another. They coexist without effect. Nothing is required from you. Nothing is expected. There is no need to remain aware. No need to let go. Both are unnecessary. The space holds itself. The room does not wait. It does not anticipate. It simply remains present, without condition. Nothing draws closer. Nothing fades away. Everything stays at the same distance. The rain continues, without intention. The room continues, without response. Awareness no longer needs to settle. It no longer needs to rest. It simply is. There is no change to follow. No signal to recognize. The same quiet extends forward, indistinguishable from what came before. The space feels even, undivided. There is no foreground, no background. Nothing stands out. Nothing recedes. The rain does not create rhythm. It does not create pause. It continues, and the room remains unaffected. Nothing is added. Nothing is subtracted. This state does not develop. It does not resolve. It remains. Time does not move through it. It simply does not apply. The room stays quiet. The window stays still. The rain stays outside. And everything continues, exactly as it is.